Bonsoir, madame.
Bonsoir,
Good
monsieur.
evening.
Monsieur le Président. Ma question s'adresse à Madame Fotopulos.
Oui, allez-y.
Bonsoir. I'm here to just verify a little bit about the progress of the Natural Spaces Policy, please. Mr. Fletcher was asking questions the other evening at the City Council on Monday on the same topics. And from his vantage point here behind the microphone, it was difficult for him to hear some of your replies. So he understood, Madame Fotopulos, that you said that more than 4% of the Montreal Island territory is now protected as natural spaces. That would represent approximately 1% increase in all the territory, or equivalent of some 500 hectares. Now, since the first year of the program, when we had a report of this pretty bilan that came out in 2006, we've not had a summary report of the progress on the program. So, my question is this. Since we're running very quickly through the very last year of the program, 2007, may we please have a simple outline summary document that would say just how many dollars have been invested of the 36 million in the program, and how many hectares have been protected in our eco-territories.
Thank you, Madame Fotopulos.
Oui, Monsieur le Président. We have now, in terms of our acquisitions and actual votes in council, gone over 4%. I do not have the hectares with me to give you a precise figure. The other element that I mentioned is that we have under negotiation the objectives that we fixed for ourselves. Now, when I say negotiation, it means talks are going on. We had a bit of a windfall this year with Beaconsfield and Angel Woods, which had been in negotiation for a long time. The negotiations weren't going anywhere, and then we lucked out and were able to, through an investment as well as through an ecological donation, finalize this deal. Now, there's other hectares that are currently in all sorts of negotiations. You're aware of some of them on the West Island. We also have in the eastern part of Montreal. So in terms of where we're at right now, I could table what has passed through council. What's more difficult is how much money we have spent. We have voted a certain amount of money. I think we're over 9 million that's been voted. How much money has actually... No, I think we voted more than 9. 9 was last year for a value of 20 million. That was last year's bilan. However, and I know this sounds confusing, City Council may have voted the money, but the money, the checks have not been issued for all sorts of reasons, that the deeds of sale have not been finalized, it hasn't passed through the notary. That's why it doesn't appear on the books. But the city councils and the agglomeration councils have actually voted the acquisition. I assume, or I presume, that the Beaconsfield deal has gone through, but one doesn't know that it's done until it's gone through the whole series of...
Madame Fotopulos,
for the summary, well, first of all, this is not a 3-year plan. We've set aside $36 million, and we are working with the $36 million, and we'll see what happens when we get to the end of the $36 million. But we have not spent that money to be able to say that it's not there anymore. So in next year's budget, I'm pretty sure we're still going to have the $12 million until such time as we've gone through whatever money was set aside. As far as the summary goes... Oh, excuse me. There'll be one that'll be submitted to the Commission.
Merci. Madame Oljemark.
Sure. It's just a little more of the same, please, Madame Fotopulos. I think that you gave David Fletcher the impression that perhaps about half the 36 million had been invested so far. Maybe you're a little not perfectly clear on that one. But at any rate, will whatever funds are left from the 36 million be rolled over into the new triennial budget? And my second part of that is, will there be an augmentation to that sum? Another 36 million, perhaps, for the new triennial?
The answer is yes, the 12, we are continuing to budget $12 million per year. We are working at this point on some 20-odd million. But these things are not finalized, and I don't know when they'll be finalized. But what I do know is that they're not in danger at this point.
Okay.
So the fact that we haven't paid for it does not mean that it's going to be used for other purposes.
Is there a terminal date for this policy to run out? Because we had understood it was
a
$36
million. It was a $36 million commitment for
years,
the 8%.
Okay. Thank you very much.